What's going on, everybody? It's Childish back at it again, coming at you with another Summoner's War video. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing a couple of RTA matches live for you guys, featuring a unit that I have not played with in a very long time. I feel like, honestly, it's kind of a little underrated right now, but it's still a really good monster. But yeah, as you guys know, this is my main composition that I use. Chiwu, Gani, Rika, Poseidon, and then I throw in the Gemini there. So I get myself in certain situations where, you know, Gemini gets banned and I don't get that defense break here. So I was thinking to myself, if I don't get the defense break, or if I have a spot where I can use like a double fire cleave comp, you know, what can I do since I don't have Belinus? And funny enough, I have Helena. I've had Helena for the longest time, and Helena used to be a huge unit for me in Guild War offense. And so I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can make her work. I'm going to throw some runes on her, and then, you know, just to play around with her for a little bit. And then, you know, depending on how she rolls, maybe I'll mess around with a very, very fast violent, or possibly even a swift set, so I can have an additional option for a defense break to enable my Poseidon or yeah, any other damage that would bring it in to do some pretty good damage here. So again, guys, everybody knows what Helena can do, but for those that don't remember the last couple of updates here, one of the big ones that we got was the in the human form, the skill 2 Swaying Flame. This used to be an attack bar absorption. I think it was like by 10% per each unit here, but they changed it to make it a little bit more valuable. Now it absorbs attack bar by 50% divided equally from the enemies that are alive here. So right, so if you have 2 enemies left, you're gonna get attack bar reduction by 25%. 3 enemies, 16%. 4 enemies, like what, 13% or something like that, maybe 12.5%, something like that. But basically it's a little bit more of a bonus that we get. And of course, if we're doing it, like I said, arena or RTA, we're getting that 25% attack bar when we land each critical hit. So as you guys know, the queen of RNG, or it seems like the queen of toxicity, is Diana, right? Well, funny enough, you know, given her kit, what she can do, Miss Helena, she can be just as toxic as Diana, if not even more toxic, right? So again, I think this is a fantastic unit to mess around with this, especially if you're running like if you want to mess around with the cleave comp. I know that this can get overlooked at the sheer fact that the attack bar absorption is not going to compare to units like Savannah, Poseidon, you know, Varad, and something of a sort of those, you know, similar units to that. But I think it's still a fun unit to use, and the fact that it can, you know, go ham with the violent procs here. If you're running a violent set, I think it could be just a fantastic unit to go ahead and mess around with. So as you guys can see, we ruined it up. Again, nothing crazy here. Just running speed, crit rate, HP. I really want to mess around. Like, I'm going to go in a swap and see what I can do to get, you know, Helena even more faster. But due to the fact that my other units in the cleave comp are in the 290 range, more than likely I'm going to have to run a swift set on her, even though I think she's just outrageously strong on a violent. But either way, I don't know. I'm going to mess around with it. Let me know what you guys think about that. Obviously, we also need to mess around. You know, I would like to mess around with the crit damage build if I'm going to be running on a violent set, especially if we proc that violent. But for right now, I'm just doing what I can to throw some runes on. I got a couple of new runes over the weekend that I wanted to go and mess around with. And as you guys can see, we're missing a couple of grinds for these here. But 3 new runes. Like, you know, I got these extra runes. Let's go ahead and mess around with it. So yeah, that's where we're at. So let's go ahead and take a look at the replay. But before we get into that, if you guys are still watching this video, you are probably, it's probably about 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for you. So if you are watching this right now, and you don't really feel like watching it, you can stop what you're doing and head on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/childish402, okay? We're going to be live doing some summons for Panda Man once again, and just hanging out, chilling. I think I have, yeah, what, 8 more wings, so I'll probably knock those out tonight, as well as, like I said, do some summons as well. So, yeah, let's go on over here. We're not going to make this a super long video. I just wanted to show a couple of matches here. Again, I've been messing around with this Helena, like I said, all throughout the weekend, but I don't know if I ever told you guys, basically, what is it? Every other weekend, you know, my son's with me here. So basically a lot of the additional videos that get put out or set up for the rest of the week kind of get hold off here because we just focus on my son, you know. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what I was doing in this lineup here. I think I threw in the I think I threw in the Triana to counteract the Daphnis, and then since I didn't have any other kind of strip, I went ahead and banned the immunity. This is actually, I'm not a I'm not a big fan of this play because Gani Oki is just outrageously disgusting, and knowing that I'm missing Will on a couple of my units, so it's just, yeah, it's a very scary time here. But I think this is one of the ones where RNG blessed us in our favor. We'll take a look at this. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, so what do we do here? I don't really know why he did this, right? I think he had most of the units done, but again, it didn't really matter. We get the violent proc, we get the defense break in here, we get the attack bar decrease on pretty much everybody, but I think Ganymede. And we're able to get a nice lucky stun on the Daphnis and don't really have to deal with it here. So funny enough, the one thing I forgot about when it comes to these Sea Emperors is that they could transfer the defense break. So I got super scared in that spot. But again, I don't know why, because once I get that turn, I gotta shake that defense break off because I'm basically cycling through my turns here. And again, as you guys can see, like damage is not too bad considering the fact that we're not running crit damage build. But if I had the chance, if I was going to run it on a violence set at the speed that I'm running right now, I would definitely make a couple of adjustments on the rune so I can run a crit damage here, because it literally just takes one turn, one additional turn from Helena to literally cripple the composition, and just, you know, like I said, like swing the match in your favor here. So let's take a look at the next one. This one I'm just gonna go and show the replay because I know it's right after that. I did like 3 matches in a row today. A lot of the other matches I forgot to record them, but they were more or less the same. Nothing too crazy. Now, mind you, I was talking about my Cleave Comp, but because of the fact that I don't have this one set up with that speed, you know, obviously I had to go ahead and just throw it in random comps that I'm doing here. So this is another situation where, again, I don't really know if it's the right play given the fact of how strong the wind Feng Yang, sorry, I don't know why I'm spacing out here, but obviously due to my poor drafting, I realized that I have no kind of stripper in this spot, so I basically had to get rid of one of these immunities, and I chose Fran for that spot here. So let me see what happened here. We got the bomb, and I think this is the where that we got the resistance here. So yeah, this is an unlucky resistance, but it really didn't matter, resist or not. Tyrannus was going to go ahead and put up that prevention there, that prevention. So yeah, I was really hoping for an additional turn here. We didn't get it. If we could get that additional turn here, that would have been a game changer here. But yeah, in this spot, I went ahead and put a bomb on this. I don't know if that was the right play, but I think I put the bomb on because I knew that he was not going to be able to cleanse in time, and Triana already used her ability here. So now it looks like Sierra is going to get an additional turn here. I think so. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so defense breaks is in. What are we doing here? Helena, do we get is this where we get a free stun? No, we do not. Okay, so yeah, I did get the additional turn on Ciara, and I put it on Tyrannus, which is an interesting spot here. I lost track of the cooldowns on Triana, so maybe Triana would have been the better play here, given the fact that she had the immunity. Yeah, like she put it up there. So yeah, I think that was a big misplay on my part there. Probably should have locked down that Triana. But as always, guys, I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback on that. I think that was the thing that held me back there. If he had no immunity, could have definitely did a lot more damage in this spot. And as you guys can see, you know, a lot of the damage was lost because we didn't get a chance to throw in that defense break here. So pretty much after that, we did lose the battle. Nothing too much to show on that, but yeah, some unfortunate situations early on in the draft that we were forced to ban certain units in addition to basically being all over the place when it comes to our damage output. So yeah, that was unfortunate. But let's see. I think this was the last one that we did. So we'll go ahead and show the case. This one here was an interesting situation. I think I was already in like full tilt once I saw the gaining. You know, you guys know how it is. Once you see somebody pull out LD5, not one, but two, you're already in like a bad spot, right? I was really happy about this draft here because he didn't have any immunity. He was just basically relying on the rarity of his monsters to do it down. And yeah, even though he got the first hit on this one, I still felt okay considering what I knew that my lineup can do here. So we get the Daphnis here. Not really sure if that was the right play. Probably could have done that to the Young Hunk here. I think that should have been the play since Daphnis already used the ability. But because of the fact that Gainey still had the ability to reset, the last thing I wanted to do is let that Daphnis come through and take out my other unit, Rika, who had the wheel still on it. So yeah, didn't really want to do with that here. So yeah, here we go. We get that defense break in. We get the attack bar push back. Worked really nice. I think we get a nice clutch down here. We don't, but I think Rika does follow up and lock it down here. So, oh yeah, that's right. She got the additional turner RNG in our favor here. But yeah, the combination of Rika Helena there is really disgusting. And again, I've run into spots in my cleave comps, in my regular cleave comps, where it would have been really, really nice to have a double fire, damage dealing like cleave versus like the water fire. My Poseidon is a very, very strong element of my lineup, but he's also very, very squish. So like if I get in a situation where I try to like pivot and it doesn't really work out in my favor, like if I have to lose turn one, like I have to have units in there that have a little bit more HP than 12k, which is literally what it has here. But yeah, GG, right? GG. But either way, guys, I just wanted to showcase a couple of matches. Again, they're nothing outrageous. It's just some basic matches here because I'm actually excited to mess around with different units. Again, I want to mess around with Helena, Ethna, maybe even Charlotte. I don't know. I'm gonna look around, see what I could do. But Helena for me is just one of those units that I feel like sometimes is a little underrated, a little overlooked, and hopefully after kind of explaining what she could do now since those recent buffs, maybe encourage you guys to build her if you have not done so. Now keep in mind though, want to put a full disclaimer here, her ability to turn cycle doesn't come in clutch as it would for Guild Wars as it does for RTA. Obviously RTA having a 4-person versus 3-person, you're going to get that additional attack bar absorption from hitting in that human form, so you'll be able to get that full attack bar versus being in Guild Wars or Siege where you only get 75% because there's only 3 units here. So yeah, it's not going to work as good as it would in RTA, but like I said, that's why we're showing it in RTA, because I feel like it's going to be outrageously strong once we get it all runed up and ready to go. But let me know what you guys think about that. I know this is not the funnest type of video watching replays here, but I know that I listen to your guys' comments as far as like showcasing replays and not just throwing it, with some background music, just kind of talking through, giving you guys my feedback on that as we analyze it and whatnot. And hopefully you guys enjoy that a little bit better. So yeah, that's going to be it, guys. By now, you probably already clicked out the video because you're going to be watching the stream. Again, if you did not catch that message early on, twitch.tv/childish402. It is Sunday, 11/15, 2020, and we are currently streaming live on Twitch. Okay, so take care, guys. God bless, and we will see you all in the next one. I'm out.